Imagine standing at the edge of the Great Barrier Reef, or floating in the Dead Sea. Magical, right? Now imagine these wonders are disappearing, right before your eyes. Hi, everyone. Today we're traveling to 10 iconic sites that you must see before they vanish from Earth. We'll dive into the how, the why, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Plus, I'll share some secrets, science-backed facts, and cool travel tips you won't want to miss. 1. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. Nestled off Australia's northeast coast, the Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system on Earth, teeming with life, color, and wonder. But here's the problem. It's dying. Since 1995, it's lost half its coral coverage due to rising sea temperatures and multiple mass bleaching events. A 2020 UNESCO report confirms that repeated heat waves are weakening the reef's ability to recover. Scientists warn that if global temperatures rise 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, we could lose another 70 to 90% of living coral by mid-century. Tourists can help by sticking to eco-certified operators who follow no-touch policies and support reef restoration projects like planting baby corals. Fun fact, coral larvae are so small, you can fit 1,000 of them on the tip of a pencil. 2. Venice, Italy. Gliding along Venice's canals. Timeless. But beneath that charm, why it's disappearing. Rising sea levels and sinking foundations are causing recurring aqua alta. In the last century, Venice has sunk nearly 25 centimeters more than global average sea level rise. Just last month, if relevant, city engineers reported tides over 1.9 meters, flooding 85% of central districts at once. This iconic city, built on wooden piles, faces flooding that could submerge its most historic churches and piazzas within decades. How to visit responsibly. If you go, shop local, avoid cruise ship crowds, and support the MOS project, a sustainable flood barrier under construction. Bonus: Venice invented the first emergency gondola, with wheels to roll through flooded alleys. That's not just a reef, it's a marine metropolis vanishing in real time. Next stop, Tuvalu, one of the world's smallest countries. 8 atolls spread across the Pacific. With rising sea levels, Tuvalu's highest point is just 4.5 meters above sea level. Projections say it could be uninhabitable by 2050. A 2019 study in Nature Climate Change indicates net annual land loss of about 5.5 hectares. Small but deadly in such a compact nation. Entire communities face forced relocation, losing homeland, culture, and history. If you do visit, respect local fragility, no souvenir sand or shells, support organizations helping with climate adaptation. Despite its size, Tuvalu has the fastest growing internet country code. TV, you can actually own a TV domain. For the Dead Sea, floating in the saltiest body of water on Earth, feels unreal, but tragedy looms. It's lost over 1/3 of its surface area in the last 50 years due to water diversion and mineral extraction. Studies from 2018 show sinkholes forming rapidly along the shore. Roads and fields vanish overnight. Left unchecked, the Dead Sea could be a dry crater in another 50 years. Seek eco-spas that pump back water or support local water conservation efforts. Fun fact, its mineral mud has been used since ancient times. Even Cleopatra submerged herself here. 5. Glacier National Park, USA. Glaciers as far as the eye can see. But there's a ticking clock. Once home to 150 glaciers. Today, under 30. Scientists predict all glaciers could disappear by 2035. Families already face saltwater intrusion, ruined agriculture, and forced relocation. A 2017 U.S. Geological Survey warned of near-complete loss by mid-century under current warming rates. Within our lifetime or sooner, you might only see photos of them. Best time is early summer. Use ranger-guided hikes and avoid leaving any waste behind. 6. The Maldives. Postcard-perfect beaches, crystal waters, and luxury resorts. Welcome to the Maldives. But beneath the beauty lies a ticking time bomb. Why it's disappearing? Sea level rise is putting this island nation in real danger. With 80% of its land lying less than 1 meter above sea level, the Maldives is one of the most vulnerable countries in the world. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change predicts that much of the country could be uninhabitable by 2100 if sea levels rise just 1 meter. Imagine your entire country slowly disappearing into the ocean. Not centuries from now, but within your lifetime. How to help? Stick to resorts that invest in coral farming, water purification, and zero-waste systems. Avoid plastic waste and fly less if you can. Offset your carbon emissions when traveling. The Maldives built the world's first underwater cabinet meeting in 2009. Yes, underwater, to highlight their climate struggle. 7. The Amazon rainforest, you've heard it called the lungs of the earth. But even lungs can collapse. The Amazon, spanning 9 countries in South America, is losing over 10,000 square kilometers of forest every year due to logging, mining, cattle ranching, and illegal fires. According to the World Wildlife Fund, 17% of the Amazon has already been lost in the past 50 years. At 20%, scientists warn it may reach a tipping point, transforming into a savanna. Losing the Amazon means losing over 400 billion trees and 10% of the planet's biodiversity, including species not even discovered yet. Ecolodges and community tours offer a way to support indigenous groups working to protect the forest. Avoid purchasing illegal hardwoods and unsustainable beef products. Some tribes in the Amazon speak languages that don't even have words for past or future. Time to them is always now. Machu Picchu, Peru. Hidden high in the Andes, Machu Picchu is a breathtaking time capsule of the Inca Empire, but it's under serious strain. Why it's disappearing? Over-tourism and environmental wear are eroding pathways and weakening ancient stones. UNESCO has warned Peru multiple times about managing visitor flow, with up to 5,000 visitors per day. In 2017, authorities introduced a timed entry system to reduce wear, but concerns remain about long-term sustainability. These stones have stood for over 500 years, yet just a few decades of unchecked tourism could bring them down. How to visit responsibly? Use official Inca trail routes. Go during off-peak months, and choose certified local guides who minimize trail erosion. Bonus fact: no mortar was used to hold Machu Picchu's stones together. They're so precisely cut. Not even a credit card can slide between them. 9. The Everglades, USA. Florida's Everglades are unlike anything else. A slow-moving river the size of New Jersey, home to alligators, panthers, and hundreds of bird species. Why it's disappearing? Canals, urban development, and agriculture have diverted water flow. Nearly 50% of the original wetland is already gone. The National Park Service says habitat loss and pollution have pushed over 70 species here onto the endangered list. Without enough fresh water, salt water from the Gulf is creeping in, poisoning the ecosystem. What's left is vanishing under invasive species like the Burmese python. How to visit responsibly? Use boardwalks or kayak routes. Never feed wildlife. And if you're a Florida local, support the Everglades restoration plans and water quality bills. Bonus fact: the elusive ghost orchid blooms only a few days a year and can survive outside this ecosystem. It's so rare, some botanists have waited years just to see one. 10. The Congo Basin, Africa, second only to the Amazon. The Congo Basin spans 6 countries, but it's far less known and arguably just as important. Illegal logging, mining, and hunting are rapidly degrading the forest. Between 2000 and 2014, it lost over 16 million hectares of tree cover. WWF warns that if current rates continue, over a quarter of the Congo rainforest will be gone by 2050. Beyond trees, it's home to bonobos, gorillas, and forest elephants, all endangered. And for local communities, it's not just nature, it's life. Support verified eco-projects and indigenous-led initiatives. Donate to organizations like the Rainforest Foundation and avoid conflict minerals and electronics. In parts of the Congo, traditional pygmy flutes are used to imitate birds, turning music into a literal language of the forest. These places aren't just dots on a map. They're living, breathing reminders of what makes Earth extraordinary and fragile. Climate change, deforestation, and over-tourism are threatening iconic sites worldwide. Science says we have limited time and it's shrinking fast. But knowledge turns into action. So here's what you can do. Pick a place you care about. Visit it smartly. Talk about it. And support those fighting to protect it. Which of these places shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if this video moved you, help it reach more people. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep Earth's wonders from becoming history.